Happy Thursday, everybody. Welcome back to Reality Water Cooler. I am Sarah from Texas, and this is our place to chat all the latest celebrity news, reality TV. Oh my gosh, Jeff Lewis Live. Wow, so much going on. So much going on. And apparently, I would say I'm one of the few, but I'm not the only one who is Team Brynn. So we will chat about Real Housewives of New York very soon. Obviously, we'll chat Real Housewives of Jeff Lewis Live. But first, I hope you're doing well, having a great day. I am getting used to a few new things. So let me ask you, sorry, if the computer looks okay. Does the video look a little grayer? It's looking grayer to me. So I'm changing out. Maybe I need a brighter. Oh, yes. Maybe this is better. Is this better? Give me a thumbs up. Okay. So as you can tell, my computer angle's a little bit different. You can see my gorgeous Texas pillow. I love that Texas pillow. It's got all the cities on it. My Andy Cohen Live book, a Jeff Lewis mug that my kids got me for Christmas a couple years ago. I know, off Etsy, not official merch. Some of the wine bottles I've bought from them in the past. So anyways, I was hooking up a mouse, and it's wireless, but it takes one of those little USBs or whatever they're called to put in. Well, I was using up both of mine on the laptop that fit that particular one for my microphone and then my camera. And I'm like, I don't know. This thing was like $60. I don't know. I guess it's a better camera, but the good thing about that camera is it would move up and down. This one is just my computer, so it just kind of has to open up. So anyways, we're working things out. We're a work in progress, right? So anyways, please make sure to hit the thumbs up. Make sure to make sure to comment. Make sure you're subscribed to me. Ooh, Hamilton says I'm becoming a techie. Okay. I did share a secret, and I will share it with y'all. I shared this with my Instagram subscribers a little bit ago. I did have to use my 20-year-old daughter's help to get the mouse hooked up because I was like, what? I got to put this in. They're not fitting. Anyways, but I did fit it. It feels too low. Okay, Krista says the camera feels too low. Angles are better if the camera is closer to the eye level. Can you put it on a book? Oh, I get what you're saying. Okay, so like up there, maybe? We can work on that. Good eye. And I'm also trying to decide if I like the mouse or if I just like the touch screen of my computer. The thing with the touch screen is every time I would touch something, it would make the camera jiggle because it's on there. So anyways, we'll figure it out. I hope everyone is staying warm. Our snow has gone away for the most part. So my chairs got delivered. So my husband and son will put those together hopefully tonight, the new recliners for our living room. I will share those with y'all. Anyway, so I'm back to normal. We are going back to the gym tonight. Everything is back to normal and safe to drive. So I hope y'all are staying safe also. Like I said, I'm still getting used to this. I'm so used to just touching the screen. Ooh, okay. I'm figuring things out with this mouse. Y'all give me a little bit. Give me a thumbs up though, or tell me in comments, like Krista said, does it feel like I'm too low? Like I guess I could put them, I have them on two. This laptop is actually on two of my kids' high school yearbooks. So anyways, but yes, I do have a computer stand that I could raise it even more. So I will figure that out. That due to is it the bird flu? So Michael says he spent $7.50 for a dozen eggs. I just posted because, we buy eggs a lot. So it doesn't matter what the price is. We're going to have to buy them, right? But I knew over the last few weeks, I'm like, wait a minute, weren't these just like $2, $3? And all of a sudden they're $4 or $5. So I don't know what's going on with eggs, but they are definitely more expensive for sure. Okay, let's chat the latest celebrity news that is out. Vanderpump Rules. Allie and James have broken up. Allie has officially released something. I want to read this to you because, first of all, where's our police force? Where's our people that can let me know what the legal rule is now? Because I think things have been different in the past, but I want to know with domestic abuse, DV, does the victim have to agree to go against the person and testify? Okay, so Allie Luber, we knew a few weeks ago, it came out that there was some altercation after they had left an event and the police were called. He was arrested. Then we saw pictures of her moving out from their home that they share in Burbank. So yesterday she finally posted just black, no picture, nothing. Thank you all for your support and kindness. I am happy that prosecutors decided not to file against James, as I never desired criminal charges. We had an argument outside of his home related to him drinking again. However, I was not physically hurt. I was shocked by the headlines and disheartened by how the event was portrayed. We are no longer together, but I'll always support James and wish him the best with his sobriety and healing. Thank you for your understanding. So, what I had read weeks ago with y'all was the actual police report. And, we saw it in the handwriting of the police officer, and it said something, it's weeks ago, so I'm forgetting, but something to the effect of, the person picked up a female, like it wasn't naming anything about Allie. It wasn't saying they lived together, boyfriend, girlfriend, none of that, but we knew. Picked her up and slammed her to the ground, right? Well, she's tiny. He's tiny too. I was kind of, anyway, so how is that not physically, like, how does she get to decide to be happy that the police didn't press charges against him, because she said she was never physically hurt and says she's still with him? Well, why would she put that out just yesterday? And I wonder, did they have a Ring camera? Were there other people around? Like, who saw this? You know what I mean? Well, I don't know. Good point, Sherry, because we know for years, Kristen Doty, who dated James. By the way, Allie and James dated for 2 years. So this wasn't like a fresh relationship. They've lived together for a while. They dated. Raquel, after he was arrested, posted and said, finally. I mean, that's saying a lot with just saying one word, right? We know that Kristen Doty, I think, wrote in her book something pretty specific, but we also saw him fly off the handle many times. We saw him spit on her door. And she has definitely said he has an anger issue and that Bravo and production have protected him. So Sherry says, I think she's saying that there was no physical violence this time. So yeah, maybe it was the last time, but she's like literally saying, I'm happy, like totally protecting him. I don't know. I don't have experience with DV, so I can't speak. I'm not going to like this. Do I have to use that? Okay, I'm used to. Okay, we'll see if I like the mouse or not, and maybe tomorrow we'll go back to the other camera, right? Because right now I'm trying to decide if I like the mouse or not. Anyways, I'm missing all your comments, but please get comfortable in comments. If you are new here, welcome, welcome, welcome. We do this every day, live at 4 p.m. Eastern here. And then it goes up instantly as a replay here, and it goes up as a podcast immediately everywhere at Sarah from Texas. One thing I'm trying to decide is I was doing the Sarah Fraser podcast course, which if you are thinking about doing a podcast, if you have a podcast, if you know someone, consider taking her podcast course. It's really good for all levels. So I started it a couple of weeks ago. Now I'm back at it. And one thing was like her advice of to not put up the podcast in full on YouTube, because she said it's better for people as a business, better for me, for y'all to listen as a podcast. So anyways, my podcast is a little bit different because I do choose to go live with y'all. I do choose to interact and put up comments, read your comments. I want to bring people on video. We might be done with the phone call now that I've realized that I can easily bring up somebody's, so look, I'm going to put up the thing again in here. See, I'm still trying to use a mouse okay, there is the link again if anyone eventually or now wants to come up. But Krista, so many people love an audio podcast. So it's I know. I know. I don't want to listen. I want to see you. Oh, you're so sweet. Deborah says, I love the live. I will never stop going live. It's just a matter if I was going to change it from putting the replay, the full replay, or if I was going to put it up now or like delay it a week. That way I could maybe push people to listen to the podcast. I think so many people don't understand that I have an actual podcast and they just watch on YouTube. So, anyways, we will figure it out. Mary says, that's what I love about your show, our interaction on YouTube. Can't do that on the other show. Yes, very true. I do wonder if as a podcast, it makes it confusing for the people that listen as a podcast, but yeah. Yes. And there's a business reason for that. So anyways, people have been trying to tell me for a long time to push people to the podcast financially. Anyway, Sherry says, like with Tink, she only goes live. I can never find a replay. I bet it's up on her podcast for sure. She will. So I think your pod with live chat is a big draw. I mean, not that big. I mean, I have like crazy that I have like 25,000 subscribers and like there's 143 on here. So anyways. Oh, Raquel says, please leave the live on YouTube. You're my soap opera at night if I don't catch it. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? No, I think it's a good thing. Anyways, yes. And during the live, you don't have to watch any of the ads. Susie says, I like water on YouTube, but I like watching later on YouTube, but the ads are a lot. I know. And those are kind of put in, you can only pick like 2 different choices on YouTube. So I don't choose to put that. It's just kind of what YouTube does. So anyways, but I am it's 2025. I've been doing this for a couple of years now. I have learned a lot. I kind of stumbled into this, but from day one, I've really spent a full-time job worth of time and effort and energy and passion into this. So I am trying to just make sure that it makes sense, right? Because I do love doing it, but at the end of the day, I love doing a lot of things, but it's hard to do it for like, 10 cents an hour, right? So anyways, yes, Krista says my Instagram subscription is only on Instagram, not YouTube. It's just too hard to put them on both, to be honest with you, but I'm trying to figure that out. Welcome, Annie. You're late, but you are here. Lisa, I love that. She said, there sure is lots of love here. And that's what I love. And even if we can't have conversations with each other, I had a chumpette reach out to me this morning that wanted the contact information of another chumpette. So then I reached out to that chumpette and I said, hey, this person's trying to reach you. Can I give your information? They said, yes. So a good way to do that is make sure you're in the Sarah from Texas Facebook group, because then you can search the members list, somebody's first name, or you can comment there, hey, what I'm making up something on YouTube. If you are hydrangeas, on YouTube, would you reach out to me? And then they could send you a private message. Does that make sense? So anyways, I'm just trying to, I guess, I was trying to make sure that when she was saying on this podcast course, do not put your podcast full video up on YouTube, just do clips and kind of push them to your podcast. I was like, and then I'm like, I don't know. I love watching a video too. So anyways, yes, I love that people have really become friends. We do need to do a happy hour Zoom party. I need to figure that out. Somebody is going to help me out with that technology. I think I know how to do it. I think I just give the link, right? So I got to figure it all out. So yes, Michael says, I love to talk to a few of these people as well. Not everyone, just a few. Why is it not letting me? Okay. Oh, see, I got the little roller ball on the iPad, on the mouse. Anyways, so not into technology. Yes. Oh, Christina says, Michael Riley, many wish to speak with you too. Anyways. Yes, very much so. Lincoln the Golden said, are podcast downloads more lucrative? Yes, financially, they absolutely are. I mean, the world of audio podcasting is exploding every single day. And what this podcast, what they've all been telling me for about a year now is that you've got to quit giving your stuff away for free on YouTube. You will, if you push them to your audio download, say 1,500 people watch the video here. If I had 1,500 people listening a day, do you know how many that would be? That would be so many downloads. just say times 30 because people do listen. That would be like almost 50,000 downloads. That is like a full-time job. So I will never quit going live on YouTube. Maybe this will make people try their best to join live and make the 4 p.m. Eastern work for us. But also, you know, I don't know. I don't know. I could do it as a membership. I don't want to do Patreon because I just hate apps and I'm not looking for all that jazz. I like that a podcast is free to listen to and you just have to listen through ads. You know what I mean? So anyways, Michael Riley is saying you can always DM him at Michael Riley 506. So anyways, oh, Michael Riley, Tiffany Chomp has been requesting you a few times and it keeps disappearing. Don't ignore my Tiffany Chomp. She's legit. She's a real person. I've met her multiple times, hung out with her, made so many memories, and her husband. And those breasts. Oh, she's got the most beautiful skin, the most beautiful breasts. Oh, my goodness. Anyways, okay. Well, tomorrow, I am going to have to change the time of our live. This kind of came up. It's kind of been in the works all week. So with our snow, my girlfriend and I were supposed to go see And Juliet, the new musical that's out, and it's here in Houston. We had 7:00 tickets. Well, that was the big ice storm Tuesday night. And then Wednesday, we still had snow. So they've pushed our tickets to tomorrow afternoon. So it's an almost 3-hour show with the intermission. I know Jeff Lewis would never sit through that bullshit, but we are so excited to go see And Juliet. So I am going to push it to, I think I did 7 p.m. Eastern. So if you don't have Friday night plans, if you are listening to this or watching as the replay and you normally can't make 4 p.m. Eastern, maybe try to make 7 p.m. Eastern Friday night, January 24th. We will definitely talk the latest Jeff Lewis live, anything else that's going on. And I'm going to recap Real Housewives of Salt Lake City reunion part 1 and why I think Bronwood should be kicked off. And I'm not even kidding. I think it's that drastic that she should be kicked off, especially after the Watch What Happens live. Okay, let's get into Real Housewives of New York City. It's the season finale. So I didn't watch it until yesterday. And so I'd already heard the rumblings, seen a little bit, but a lot of people just weren't talking about it because of the trigger warning. So trigger warning, the season finale of Real Housewives of New York City very much talks about Brynn's SA. Okay, so I don't even think I can say the real word, but you understand what I'm saying, I hope. It rhymes with tape. So with an R. So it starts off, and this is what I want to know. Because, okay, it starts off, they're still on vacation. They're still on this girls' trip. Sai is talking about how much she can't stand Pavitt, basically because he called her bipolar. And she is so triggered by that because her mom passed away with huge mental health issues and she was actually bipolar. So if he really called her that and knew of that, or even if he knew that she had mental health struggles and that she had recently passed away, to me, he also called her the B word. So, a man calling a woman a B word also. But anyways, my thoughts are, Sai's just like, I'm just going to ignore him. He owes me an apology. And, Jessel is like, well, he's my husband. I've told him to say hi to you, but I can't force him to. And I'm like, anyways, so put that in your back pocket. And I'm going to explain why I wonder why we're treating him any differently than the Brynn and Uba fight. Okay. So we know on the last episode, Uba in one of the van rides, which everything goes down on the Sprinter vans, right? Uba says maybe Brynn slept with someone for a job. And she's like, I don't know. Or maybe she said for this job. I don't remember what she went. She said maybe she slept with someone for a job. So clearly Brynn is very upset about that. She's like, I do have a career. I've worked for everything. Why is she putting me down? So she comes back with calling her a dress barn model, and Uba's like, I'm not a dress barn model, I'm like, and she's like, well, you're not, all these other big people, you're not these big celebrities. So then it comes out that Brynn goes to the group without Uba and without cameras Or maybe the cameras were there, maybe they chose not to air it. I'm not sure because I don't think they thought that was ever going to come out. And Brynn says that she was, taped, and that Uba knew about it and that she shouldn't have accused her of, having sex to get a job whenever she knew of that experience. So everyone, the beginning of the season finale goes from even Aaron telling Uba, look, you've got to stop slut shaming Brynn. Like, we know she leads with her tits. We know she leads with her sexuality. But also some people with SA experience or other experiences in life, which Brynn's always said she had a horrific childhood, they lead with that, even though they're really not doing anything in the bedroom because they don't know how else to get attention. That's just kind of what they lead with, right? I've learned all about this on the Oprah Winfrey Show over the last few decades. So, Jessel goes and tells Uba, hey, I think you should know, which bullshit. She was just stirring the whatever. She goes and tells Uba, hey, just so you know, Brynn's very upset because she said that you knew about this and then you're going to go and say this. Well, then Uba just flies off the handle. She's irate. She's like, I never knew this. And then everyone else is like anti-Brynn. And Uba is just crying, going, I don't know what I've done to her that would make her do this. I get that we all have an issue with Brynn spinning things, okay? Whether it's for ratings, whether it's for attention, whether it's to keep her job. I do not know. This should drive me nuts. I'm trying to make it tighter. Oops. Okay. Sorry. I don't know why that was just driving me nuts because I think I'm used to fiddling with the mic. I don't disagree. Bravo and Stone says Brynn is a hot, messy liar, but she's a housewife. And that's kind of what we're looking for. Not the liar part, but I'm going to go into that tomorrow on the whole Braun one of it all. And that's why I'm going to say she needs to be fired. If we're going to go there with the liar thing, a lot of people have lied. Do we need to bring up Vicki Gunvalson and the cancer scam of it all with her boyfriend? Okay. I mean, there's so many lies I can think of. A couple of housewives have landed in jail. That's lying. That's criminal behavior. Okay. So Uba is freaking out saying, I never knew this. I can't believe she would say this. Well, then it comes back. She goes to a hotel, like production is freaking out. Everyone's freaking out. Jessel goes to the hotel with her, which I'm like, to make sure she feels supported. And I'm like, wait, what? I'm like, I thought Aaron was her bestie. You know what I mean? Yes, Brooks. So then Uba's like completely playing the victim. My point is, Uba should have been, what's the word? I mean, just rammed in the asshole for even saying that to another female multiple times. Even Brynn gave her the opportunity to apologize. And Uba was like, I'm sorry. And she's like, what are you sorry for? She never said, I'm sorry for accusing you and saying maybe you slept with someone to get this job, and then Brynn, the whole dick thing, Brynn was just she was being sarcastic, like maybe I put a dick in my mouth to get a job because she felt so scorned by, Uba even accusing her of this. Uba has flown off the handle for the whole 2 seasons they've been on. She's been a freaking nut job, many situations. And then off season, she complains, oh, I don't want to be viewed. I don't want to be edited as the angry Black woman. Don't bring the race into it. Crazy, chaotic. We've seen all races on the Housewives, and I have called them all out for their fucking crazy behavior. Okay, so I don't like Uba bringing in the race card as, the crazy, whatever she called it, angry Black woman, as she would call it. Because even Brynn, who I don't really know her makeup, she identifies as Black. I think she's biracial. But even last night, she was saying, why can't a Black woman have a successful career? I am in marketing. Like, I really do have a career. Like, why is she putting me down for a Black woman? You know what I mean? So she brings up that. My point is, if Pavitt called Sai bipolar, probably knowing her mom had mental health issues and recently passed away from struggling with that, how is this not similar or the same that everyone is upset that Brynn said that she knew and she called her that. I get that. It is even worse if Uba knew about Brynn's essay and she still said that. Okay, it is even worse, but I think it's bad anyways. You don't tell someone that. You don't say it. And she doubled down. She wouldn't even apologize. So I just don't understand how that's not similar. When I heard about this, I thought, oh my God, I'm watching it. And I'm like, wait a minute. I'm 23 minutes into this show and I am Team Brynn. First of all, Brynn's put down to her was like, oh, you're a dress barn model. Uba's put down to her was that she slept with people to get a job. That's 1,000 times worse. Way different. Like, why are we not crucifying Uba for saying that? So, then it comes out, obviously Jessel and Uba go to the other hotel that, production put them in. Then behind closed doors, apparently Brynn says, you know what? I was telling her a lot of things. It was right before BravoCon. I had someone in my family that had attempted to end their life. So I was venting to her and I was telling her this. I also told her about the essay, but maybe she didn't clock it. I think didn't clock it means either I wasn't paying attention or maybe I didn't remember, because to me, the big thing I was telling her was about this. I have heard already the reminder that Brynn was telling her brother, hey, you're the only one I've ever told about this essay. So we do know that, right? But I think we've all forgotten who we've told something to or what have you. Also, we've all been told things and maybe forgotten. But if somebody shared with me in confidence that they had had an essay experience, I think we would have had another chat about that. I don't think it would have just gone without talking about. So that's what makes me think Uba didn't clock it when she said that, or she can't remember if she even said that or not. I absolutely agree that it was wrong of Brynn to say that. I just think that Brynn felt like in the moment, I really do. And I'm not, the biggest Brynn fan. I'm not like Brynn Whitfield obsessed. I do feel like in the moment, Brynn was so devastated by Uba accusing her of sleeping with other people for a job, which I think is atrocious. She had a right to be offended by that she was like, and she knew that I was going through this, she says she's going through like a treatment or, a meetings for SA. So she's clearly working through this. I don't know why we're not giving her any grace. I mean, I think stirring the pot, embellishing, yeah, she's a housewife. I mean, we're talking about her. But to me, the SA of it all, they treated her, in my opinion, as if she had come out and said, oh, by the way, I actually lied about that. That's what I thought. The reaction was so big and so grandiose. Even a couple of days later, when they go to do the, whatever they called it, where they're doing the hair and makeup and they had to do the little entry for the, Real Housewives of New York show. They're all like, oh my gosh, has anyone talked to Brynn? How's she doing? Are we going to say hi? Are we going to, and Brynn's like, Uba's like, get that lady away from me. And I'm like, why are you on such a high horse? Why are you on such a pedal when you accuse her of sleeping with people to get a job? Like, why are we like forgetting that and forgiving her? It pisses me off. Especially when she was playing the woe is me card. I didn't love the crying. I don't know what I could have ever done to her. You told her she slept with someone to get her job. Hello. Like, I am definitely going to get to your comments. I definitely want to hear them. If anyone wants to come on live, if you have, I'm not opposed to hearing your opinions. Y'all know this is our safe place to have opinions for sure. I do want to understand. So I am putting in the link in the comments right now. I wish there was a way to pin it. I don't know how to pin it. I could put a star, but I don't think that does anything. I don't really know. Okay, Mayboo says, could Brynn be playing the victim card? Uber? What do you mean? Uba before her Jeff saying working in sex industry. I don't understand what you're trying to type. Feel terrible saying it because in my opinion, if she walks around naked 24/7, she still should not be touched. Abso-freaking-lutely, Mayboo. I mean, to me, this is blaming, yeah, absolutely. It's like when someone says, "Oh, well, you dress sexy, so you deserve to be raped. You were looking for attention." No, you know, it's not the same. But I always say about a Rolex watch, I should be able to put a $10,000 Rolex watch on the back of my car, and 100 people should walk by it and go, "Oh, that's a nice watch." Nobody should put it in their pocket. It ain't theirs. It's not the way the world goes, but I'm just saying. Um, the production montage, the editing at the end where they're really making it seem like Brynn has flipped the truth, and I don't disagree with that. But she's also being a housewife. She's being dramatic. She's not telling things. I mean, the first thing I remember her kind of flipping the truth on or kind of embellishing, saying it a different way was about Jenna Lyons' financial situation. And she was saying, I don't know, maybe Aaron said that she's poor. She's maybe struggling with finances, whatever. When in essence, all Aaron said was, I paid for an Uber to help her out and she never paid me back. Well, that doesn't mean anyone has financial issues. It means she probably forgot to pay her, or she thought the $200 Uber ride was no big deal. But then it comes out that Jenna Lyons is like, actually, I have been terrible with money in the past. I don't remember, she said bankrupt, whatever, but she has had financial issues in the past. So maybe those were some rumors that were going around New York City. I don't really know. Nobody trusts Brynn. It almost seems like she is definitely the black sheep. Like they don't want to film with her. They haven't said that specifically, but it was very tense. It was very awkward at the very end of the show. I am dying to see what the reunion looks like. You know what I mean? The way I see it says it's edited. Brynn likes to get people's sympathy. She's hoping everyone falls for her crap. I get that part of it. I don't disagree with that. I also, knowing that she hasn't come out, may never come out, she might, with all the childhood trauma that she's gone through, and especially if she had a tape situation as an adult. I mean, she hadn't even said when it happened to her, but I'm assuming it wasn't as an adult. I really don't know. These are all reasons that she would kind of make things up, maybe want attention. This is probably why she leads with her sexuality, with men, with women, with married men, with 50-year-olds, with 20-year-olds. I mean, she's all over the place. Don't get me wrong. There might be some reasons to that, and the tape of it all might be the reason, right? Diane says this will be an awkward reunion. I mean, awkward or really good? I don't really know. This. Wait, I haven't even read it all, but I was going to say, Krista says, when you see Brynn use a baby voice, behave as she does, you were seeing trauma reenactment, just explaining, not defending. I just got chills. I have absolutely just recently learned that in some people, sometimes they will, whenever they've had trauma, such as an SA, as a child, their voice, they get stuck in the voice of that age. So it's 6 years old, it's 9 years old, it's 13 years old, and they can revert back to that voice. So thank you, Lisa. She's reminding everybody to hit the like button. We only have 47 so far. Don't not hit the like button. I really appreciate it. Okay, let me get back to comments. Why is my computer screen? Okay. Michael Riley says Britney Spears comes to mind. Yeah, I mean, it's why we kind of leave Britney Spears alone a little bit, because we know she's got we assume she's still going through some mental health stuff. So, Deborah Carter, I did watch all those documentaries. Deborah Carter says Paris Hilton said that's why she uses her baby voice. Yeah, so bloody heartbreaking, Mabu says. Absolutely. Anyway, so just convince me. Like, I just, when I was listening to some of it and I was watching it, I'm like, why is nobody mad at Uba? Everyone was mad at Uba at the beginning. I mean, just coming at her. And then that information is what switched everything. And my thoughts is she should have never said that to begin with. I don't know. I just don't believe that I would remember everything I've told somebody. Even something as big as that, You know what I mean? I don't know that I would remember that. So saying it and then being like, "Ooh, maybe I don't remember," or maybe I said it and she didn't clock it. Does that mean not paying attention, not remember, not maybe she was speaking in code, like, "Oh, I've had something really bad happen to me," and she didn't really go into it? Southern Bell Cell says Brynn and Uber are both in the wrong because of trauma, but that doesn't give them the right to take it out on others. They need major therapy. I don't know. Yeah, Uba definitely has anger issues. I mean, I've just seen it over the last 2 seasons that she's been on. Um, more than I mean, if I had to go through each of them, I wouldn't say clearly like Raquel is new. I wouldn't say Jenna has an anger. I'm not picking on her because I wouldn't say Jenna has an anger issue. I wouldn't say I can't think of any of them that has an anger issue more than Uba on that show. Kimberly J says hurt people hurt people. Yeah, sounds very much like Dr. Donna, right? Oh, okay. Krista says clock it means they caught it, didn't miss it. But didn't she say she didn't clock it? I don't know that terminology. Anyways, okay. Wait, we're putting our phone number in here. Hold on, Mike O'Reilly's giving everybody his phone number. I missed it. Anyways, I guess it's in comments. So if you do want to watch the replay, if you hit on YouTube, if you hit the live chat button, it gives all the comments live as you're watching. So, Kimberly J says, I have to turn off a lot because it's not normal behavior in the real work and it triggers moi. Yeah, there's probably a lot. If she didn't clock it, she missed it. Yeah, so she just didn't. Oh, clock it is a very English phrase. That's interesting. I don't know why she would say that. Yeah. Yeah. Nick James says, right, which means she didn't hear Brynn say it, but Uba hears everything. But honestly, in Uba's defense, I feel like if Brynn would have shared this with her, I would like to think that even though they weren't super close, she says they were closer at BravoCon when she shared this with her, that she would have reached out to her another time and says, hey, I know you were very upset about a family member that tried to unalive themselves, and that's what you were sharing with me. But during that conversation, you also shared this. If you ever want to share more, or if you want to, whatever, I would think they would have brought it up another one. You know what I mean? Claire says, which podcast was talking about Brynn and her race? I don't know, to be honest with you. I know that on last night, she was referring to herself as a Black woman. So talking about, Uba accusing her of sleeping with people for her job. You know what I mean? So, hold on. Raquel says, I wish there was a behind the scenes of Jeff Lewis live that would be more interesting. Well, the videos are behind the scenes. What do you mean? The commercials and the pre-show and the after show? I mean, I think they're pretty good. I don't know. Okay, speaking of that, let's get into today's Jeff Lewis Live. Crystal Minkoff and Doug Buden are on. The dang app messed up. All of a sudden, I'm listening to it. I got through most of Jamie and MJ in the second hour, and then all of a sudden, John Hill and Andy freaking Cohen start talking, and I'm like, wait, what? And to the time, I knew I wasn't going to have time to go back and listen, but at that time, so once it messes up like that, or if you don't catch it live, and okay, so it's up now, which did me no good because now I could listen to it, but at the time I couldn't, it wasn't up for me to go back and listen to it. So it's kind of annoying that the app does that. So I did hear most, but if anything happened at the end, this happened to me a week or two ago, and some really good stuff happened on the end of the show, and y'all did not tell me. So if some really good stuff, I'm gonna have to rely on y'all to tell me for sure. Michael Riley says, I have seen yours before, but I get a lot of girls, those kind of requests. And I thought you might have been one of them because you look so sexy. Oh, Michael Riley, getting the sexy ladies requesting on Instagram. Okay. Lots to talk about Tomato Mania. It's coming up in March. The one that he likes is around Jeff's birthday, my birthday, and Shannon Bedore's birthday. They talk about this professional coffee maker that Doug made. I love, and I don't even think he caught what she was saying. I love that Crystal Minkoff was like thinking in business terms, and she's like, hey, you're raving about this coffee maker. Like, you need to reach out to them and maybe do a collab. And he's like, well, I already bought it. And she's like, no, like an ad, a collab, being like, hey, I have this coffee pot and I love it. And then you put a link and you make money off of other people buying it. Do you know how many people, if I texted Doug Buden right now and said, just guess, how many people have asked for the brand and the link to the coffee pot that you love? I know people were reaching out to me when he was raving about the mattress, and he was announcing the brand name and style of that mattress all the time, yet people were reaching out to me. So I'm like, if he had a link to get, I have no idea how those things work, 10, 20% off of anyone that bought the item from him, he'd make money. Now, do I think he needs extra nickels? No, I think he's doing just fine. But can anyone ever have enough money? I don't know. Sharon said, Jeff said toward the end of the show that he doesn't believe anything that Brynn says. Oh, had he watched the show yet? Because I know yesterday he hadn't watched it yet, right? He hadn't watched New York yet. Let's see. When a caller called in and said, we missed you on Beverly Hills, I was like, do I miss Crystal Minkoff? No. But I don't think I miss Crystal Minkoff, who she was, pushing herself down to be. I think who she's being now that she's got Humble Brag, now that she's been on Jeff Lewis Live, I think she's really come out of her shell and gained confidence in who she is. And maybe going through that whole 14 friend drama thing, helped her in the end. I don't know. Yvonne Gal says, I didn't really like Crystal Minkoff on Beverly Hills, but on the radio, she's fabulous. I think she's also good at relating and talking to the other people. She knows the stuff that's going on with Oscar and Jameson. I kind of like that. The spiritual bubble says, Sarah, you can rewind even if it goes to the next show by clicking on the little buttons to rewind. I don't know what we're talking about. Click them 2 or 3 or 4 times. Are you talking to me? And it will take me back. I have no idea what we're talking about. Okay. Sorry. I got caught up in okay. Mayboo says that coffee maker is 1,700 pounds in the UK. Looked it up. So around 2,200 in the US. Yeah. I think he said it was around $2,000, right? Oh, wait. Oh, you were talking. So sorry. Now I get what you're talking about. Okay, hold on. I'm going to go back and read it because you were talking about the Sirius XM. See, I say things and then I don't. Yeah, I didn't relate it to you were talking about the Sirius. You can rewind it because the next show with little buttons to rewind. I mean, does it? I don't know. Let me see. Let me go to the app right now. I'm going to go live on Radio Andy, whatever it's called. What is it? Radio Andy is playing a commercial. Okay, if I go back, which button? This button? Can you see that? This button? I can push a couple of times. If you're one of the millions, because when I pushed it once, it doesn't go back to anything else. It doesn't give me the option. It's grayed out. You see that? So, anyways, who knows? Damn app. So many whatevers. Okay. Yes, he does have an Amazon store with a bunch of links. He doesn't tend to promote it much, but maybe he does on Cook and Kibitz more. I'm not really sure. The back arrow with the line. Okay, hold on. The back arrow with the line. I mean, we shouldn't have to work this hard for an app. We really shouldn't. Okay, let me turn it down. Okay, I have it. The back arrow with a line. What back arrow with a line? This one? Nothing moves on that. Yeah. And see, now I don't have the option to go forward or backwards. It's all grayed out. So that's how mine works. If I do this button, that goes back to the beginning of whatever the show is, but that doesn't help me. And then if I push this button, that goes live. I know this is doing no good for anyone that's listening as an audio. Bye, Mary. Play a channel live. Anyways, I guess I'm not going to figure it out. Okay. Yeah. Sirius paid millions to that app developer and it's horrible. Yeah. I remember it was like, oh, they're redoing it. It's going to be better. I'm like, oh, what's better? Okay. I love Doug's mom. I mean, he shared with us so much. I know she retired last year at age 88. I doubt she had to work a day in her life with, Doug's dad being an attorney in New York City. I mean, but I love that she worked as a Chinese cooking teacher. Then she worked at an art gallery until she was 88. He said she walks 5 miles a day, every day in Central Park. I mean, I love that at 89 or so, she'll get on an airplane from New York City and fly to LA. That's a long trip. Like, I've never even had to do that. You know what I mean? Tea with Tambo. Hold on. How do y'all highlight my name when you respond to me? I can type as fast on my phone like I do on the PC. How do y'all highlight my name? I don't know what that means. Maybe y'all might see things different than I do as the whatever. Okay, so they played this movie game. Didn't care for the movie game. Is this what Kian's new job is? Is to produce the games that they're doing? So I'm like, how much is he being paid to like think of a game and ask the questions every day? Like, I don't really know what he hasn't really said exactly what he's doing. Okay, they kind of both won. So it was a John Hill calendar that they've showed before. The ad that Doug Buden read for, oh, congratulations, you have won it was hilarious. If you have not listened to that, it's right after the movie game in the first hour, and he's winning it. It was, oh my God, it was so funny. Okay, of course, Jeff is coming at Oscar like, look how well Shane is doing. He paid off his car. He's saving money. He's about to buy a condo, all this stuff. And I'm like, okay, Shane is in a very different situation. First of all, Shane has graduated college a couple of years ago. He has a full-time job, multiple streams of income. He's got Cameo now. He's got Jeff Lewis income. I'm assuming he's paid separately from SiriusXM, maybe. I'm assuming he was paid separately from Amazon. I mean, he's got some money. And a lot of times he doesn't have to pay for anything because he's going out with Jeff Lewis. So Jeff is paying for everything. But Oscar is like, I live at home with my parents. I save half. I think Oscar only works part-time. I don't think his job. Now, he did just graduate college. I'm hoping he gets another job, right? I don't really know. Or not another job, but a full-time position at SiriusXM. But he saves half his money and puts 20% that he invests, and then he spends the rest. I think that's very responsible for his 27-year-old single guy, like completely. They go back to the Jameson story. Like, okay, y'all know what we're talking about? He said it multiple times. Jameson was getting out of his garage at his apartment. It's a small complex, 30 apartments. Jameson's lived there for years. But I'm assuming they don't have like group, apartment parties. You know what I mean? Like they don't know everybody. Probably everybody goes to the garage, to their apartment, goes inside, what have you. But a guy that he didn't know asked him if he would help him move something. And Jameson's like, okay, fine. But then he kind of got nervous when the guy said, can you help me move it inside the apartment? And his brain went to, oh my gosh, Jeff Lewis is going to be like, this is the way Jameson died. Like this guy murdered him. Obviously, it makes me think of the first time that Jack Noe Towers was on, or one of the first times, and he tells us about meeting a guy for a massage, and he turns up, and it's in a park, and the guy was in like a camper or something like that. You know what I mean? So Jeff keeps thinking the guy's a murderer. I'm like, I think he just needed help. Like, I don't know. Who would murder Jameson? I mean, he might some people can be a nice person and maybe not look nice. Jameson looks like a nice person. He isn't, and he just looks like a nice person. I don't really know. Krista said 100%. Is Monroe still a little jealous of Shane, or does she love him now? Monroe is the key to Shane staying Jeff's son. I don't know. I really feel like now that he brings a nanny or two on vacation, or like grandma and grandpa, I feel like, and you know what? I also feel like now that Shane has Brogan, that Shane and Brogan are together a lot with Jeff, whether it's a double date, whether it's vacation, they've done a lot together. So now I feel like it's not a brother-sister thing. I feel like Monroe is getting close to Annie. She's getting close to Alyssa, the nanny. I feel like the other nannies are a little bit older, but I think she's probably loving Annie and Alyssa, because they're like pretty, and she probably talks makeup with them and jewelry and all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? Oh, Sherry thinks he's a murderer. She says maybe the person chose Jameson since he looks non-threatening. Nobody's gonna hurt our Jameson. Oh my God, I love him so much. Maybe, wait, hold on. Oh, I forgot about Brogan. Yeah, I mean, so I feel like, I mean, they double date. They go on family trips together. They go on other trips together. Brogan has come on, feel like he's gone to a live show before, like traveled. I'm not real sure. I feel like he went to Dallas with them one time. Not really sure. Oh my God. Oh, gee. Tiffany Rose says Ginger Rose. We haven't heard him called that in so long. Tell me in comments the first nickname that Jeff Lewis had for Jameson Scala. First one. Go, 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 go. What is the first nickname that Jeff had for Jameson because he could not remember his name? It's not Ginger Rose. Not Ginger Rose. I think this is on a delay. Patterson. Tiffany Chump is right. And why is it Patterson? Because he lives in Patterson, New Jersey. So that's why we call him that. Okay, the second hour opens with MJ and Jamie. Jeff is letting us know a few times that they were pushing it by only being there like 3 minutes before the show started. He wasn't loving that. He brings up MJ's Poshmark. Poshmark is what, and I'm sure it's chump listeners just causing drama. So you don't have to have the app to look at it because I brought it up whenever. So Poshmark.com, look, and it brings up Mercedes stuff. I mean, I could do it without even having the app. This is just on Safari. She has 568 listings, 14,000 followers. I mean, she's got shoes, clothes, fake purses, real purses, jeans. This is a way that a lot of celebrities and normies like me, I don't do any selling like this for my stuff, but I've sold my kids' clothes when they were little. On like Facebook and eBay, but 568 listings. So Jeff is teasing her about this purse that he says used to be like $1,200, and now she upped it to $10,000. So basically accusing her of, what's that word when you take advantage and you raise the prices of rent, like after these wildfires. Basically saying that she's taking advantage of all the rich people that lost their purses. She's saying it's not really for sale. And I'm like, it's right there, MJ. It's on your Poshmark. Like somebody, you or somebody else, it even says 1,500 is scratched out and then 10,000 is the new price. I mean, it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different pictures of the purse. I mean, if she's not trying to sell it, then who wasted their time putting this up there? Like, I don't understand when he asked her about, and obviously I feel a little sensitive because after he accused me of taking advantage of, his friends, completely different situation. Somebody brought up to him that she was selling or reselling items that she had gotten from maybe Chaz Dean. I mean, apparently she had gallons of his stuff for sale, like, 50, 20, 100 shampoos. Like, why would anyone have that much stuff if it wasn't given to you from other people? They have all said, even MJ and Reza have said, MJ always wanted people's goodie bags when we would go to an event and they would give away a goodie bag with freebies. She always wanted everybody's if they weren't going to take it. You know what I mean? So, I mean, yeah, like, why didn't he cause a bigger stink about that? Exactly. Deborah's like, I wonder if MJ will sell the chump necklace that Leah Black had custom made for everybody. She had like 30 made and she's giving them out. It's kind of crazy. Anyways, I just don't understand. Like, what do you mean you're not selling it? It's literally 5 pictures, a description, a price. Like, it's up on Poshmark. You've got 500 and something things there. Like, trust me, it wouldn't dawn on me to sell something that someone had given me. This Chaz Dean candle, one of them Chaz Dean gifted to me. One of them I bought. One broke in the airport. Don't get me started about, I'm not broke, but I dropped it later when I got home. But nothing I've sold or tried to resell. I buy things full price, whatever. And anyways, but yet she just kind of joked it off. I don't think she even ever really said no. She just kind of joked it off. So it was just kind of annoying to me. They bring up the Louis Vuitton purses. Oh my gosh. My very first Louis Vuitton that I treated myself to in college, probably 1993, 1994. I bought the big Speedy. So the Speedy is the big, like it's got a zipper, a little bitty leather handle, kind of like that. I got the LV one. It was I got the big size. It was $330 back then. I think the leather strap I bought extra was $80. I looked it up when Jeff was talking about the new Louis Vuitton that Alyssa wants. It's in the thousands. I was like, "What?" Like, it was crazy. Michael Riley says, "I have so much stuff I need to get rid of just because." Yeah, because you get QVC packages all day long. That's why you need to get rid of stuff, Michael Riley. When you get 3 packages, you need to get rid of 3 things. I mean, your house is beautiful, meticulous, so I'm not saying you're a hoarder by any means, but you shop a lot. My goodness. Krista says you can hire someone to do it if you have labels, it's worth it. I don't know. I don't think I ever bought anything expensive pre-owned. I think I would just rather know I walked into a Louis Vuitton store. You know what I mean? Did anyone see the chunk necklace up close? I would love to have one. Oh, I've seen them at the live events, and they're on the I have seen one. Stacy showed one to me. It's beautiful. But it was, I don't know, was it in the $500? I mean, gold's expensive, so it's gold. It'll last you forever. I want to say it was in the 550 range. Stacy is sometimes on here. Let me know if she's on, she can tell us in comments. Oh gosh, my friend wants the food truck lady to be there, but I think Brianna Chicken Fries going into lesbianism after the Zach whatever drama. Okay, let's talk the peanut allergy, and then we're going to get out of here. I think we're going to go a little bit long. What are your thoughts? Jeff tells us that Alyssa was making Monroe's lunch and she's been struggling with eating. So he was like, put some fruits and vegetables in there, put some jelly beans, just we need her to eat. Somehow it comes up that he says, oh my gosh, let me call her. I think she put peanuts in there. I mean, it's 2025. How does everyone not know that peanut allergies are a huge, whether you have kids or not? Like even MJ brought up that Southwest Airlines doesn't give away their peanuts anymore because of peanut allergies. They now give this crappy like Chex Mix thing. It's kind of gross. I just felt like, I think normally everything Jeff says is organic. Something about the way he hesitated, I could literally see him in my brain saying this, like, oh, this is going to get everyone riled up, because he was totally delaying the fact that, oh yeah, we should call the teacher. We should call the front office. You can't email these teachers, something like that, but the teacher may not read her email till after school, or him or her. You can't email a teacher about something like that, especially if it's a rule at the school. We didn't have a rule at our school that I worked at. Either one, I worked at 2 different elementaries. We didn't have a rule, but if somebody had an allergy, they would put a sign on the door saying there's a peanut allergy in this room. Please don't come in here with peanuts on your hand or, anything like that. So I don't know, it just felt like it felt a little, dare I say fake. It felt, I don't know. Normally, I like Jeff just to get in trouble for being Jeff. Just be an ass. Like, don't do it to get ratings or get people calling in. I mean, even Jamie was like, oh my God, we have got the most people calling in more than ever. By the way, if you've not taken 2 seconds to hit the thumbs up button, please do that. It costs me nothing. It costs you nothing. It gives me a little smile if you support me. So all you have to do is hit the thumbs up button. Make sure that you are subscribing to me. Yes, it felt scripted. Kimberly J. I mean, I know that, makes sense. He said he writes notes out about things he wants to talk about, but it did. So I'm not the only one. Y'all all think it felt fake and scripted. I just felt like I didn't, for some reason, the way it rolled off his tongue, I didn't even believe that she really was sent to school with a thing of peanuts in her bag, in her backpack or her lunchbox. But then for him to wait and kind of tease and joke, "Oh, we're gonna get in trouble, it's a serious issue." And then the caller calls in and calls Monroe, "Don't let her be a nut slut," which I'd never heard of before. Yeah. Sarah, I know Alyssa doesn't have kids, but Sarah says, "I can't believe anyone who calls herself a nanny doesn't know about peanuts at school. It's 2025. That's what I'm saying. It's not, I mean, Jamie was like, "I have no idea what you're talking about." I mean, Jamie's kind of into himself, but he was like, "Oh, I eat nuts all the time. I eat them on an airplane." Also, Jamie, and I've told you this before, I feel like Jamie knows what he's doing to say things that are a little controversial to get in comments. I think he might have been a little bit egging that stuff on, which, right, it's ratings, whatever, but I'm just not going to fake things. And I don't want Jeff to ever get to that point. You know what I mean? Didn't love it. Ooh, Lincoln, tell me more. Why do you think that? Lincoln the Golden says the whole show feels fake lately. I don't know. Jeff's definitely, I always say Jeff's stuck in a 12-year-old boy. He'll say that. Mayboo says, yes. So what's changed? Frightening what's in our foods or what has changed? Oh, yeah. And it's interesting to me, or disappointing, how one brand or one kind of food, the ingredients can be so different outside the US versus what we allow, especially in like cereals. Like we have all these fake colors and stuff. I mean, my kids keep even saying cosmic brownies are going to get banned. And I'm like, then why wouldn't they ban everything? I mean, cosmic brownies taste like crap for one thing, like literal crap. Anyways, I did miss the very end because the app was screwing up on me. So let me know. I did, just to give you an update on my, I was going to say Mounjaro. I'm not on Mounjaro. I'm on Wegovy. Just to give you an update, I did take my second shot last night. I put it in my arm. Kind of hurt, but I don't know that I have enough fat back there. Somebody told me, y'all are giving me such good information. I really appreciate it. My directions say to change the location of your shot from week to week. So I just did my belly the first week, did my arm. I was going to do my thigh. Somebody said they do their thigh every time because it's easier to put in and they never have any issues. So I don't know if there's been any scientific results that there's better results with the medicine of moving the location, then I want to know. If it's just a thing, I don't really, want to do that. Red dye has been banned in food and was banned decades ago in cosmetics. So everything that has red dye, because I bet there's like fruit snacks and stuff. Diane says, do you think Jeff instigating a present for Alyssa was staged? I don't know. I don't feel like Jamie would date a girl, which they've been dating for a while, would date a girl that wouldn't just come to him and say, "Hey, I would love this Louis Vuitton for my birthday." I'm not really sure why it's going through Jeff, as if she's scared to tell him, "Hey, this is what I want." Because it's no surprise. Like, I would rather my husband absolutely surprised me with a Louis Vuitton years ago, and not this Christmas, last Christmas, with my first Yves Saint Laurent purse. But he did it through going through my best friend. So I knew nothing. I don't call her and say, "Oh, tell Brian I want this purse." That kind of ruins it for me. You know what I mean? Like, I can freaking go buy it myself. It comes out of the same account. We've been married 25 years almost. I mean, doesn't matter to me. Oh, wait, what? Nick James says, except Trump is canceling all kinds of stuff with the FDA, among other departments. Oh, I have no idea. S. Mass says, I just moved from side to side on my stomach with my Ozempic. So far, okay. Anyway, switch sides. So I don't know. Stay in the stomach. Okay, tell me more, Diane. Is there a reason for that? I don't know. Anyways, raise your hand if you have not hit the thumbs up button. No, I'm kidding. Please hit the thumbs up button. Please make sure you're subscribed to me, because some people are realizing that they had to resubscribe for some reason. Thank you so much for joining live. I am doing a poll to see who watches live, who watches YouTube, who listens to the podcast, on Apple or Spotify or somewhere else. So I'm just kind of taking information But I really appreciate you joining live. It is so much more fun to get into the comments, get to know each other, chat with each other. It is so fun. But also in the Sarah from Texas Facebook group, it's a really good place to like continue the conversation and get to know each other better. So thank you so much for joining. Bridget is a YouTube listener. Thank you. And I will see you tomorrow, but not at the same time. Remember, I will be at and Juliet tomorrow. So we will do it at 7 p.m. Eastern time. So if you see it for tomorrow, there is a notify me button or reminder. So Friday night, January 24th will be at 7 p.m. Eastern on YouTube. And then it will go up as a replay and a podcast everywhere else. Okay. See y'all tomorrow. Bye, Chumpets.